You are clear for launch, and with that, shut down your visors, O2 on, and prepare for ignition, 202. Copy that, and, initiating a full 10-4-4.
Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence, glory, and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength. Not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours, and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved, and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart. And God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread. Healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory, we give you peace, we give you honor, we give you blessing, we give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you, the fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty, it's yours. I decree it and I speak it. In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to today's edition of Yes You O Cubed. What does O Cubed stand for? One-on-one, because it's just me and you. Listen, I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I'm so glad that you have joined me on today. It is Wednesday,
August the 3rd in the year 2022. And I tell you what, I just love being in the Lion's Den with each and every last one of you. It is a wonderful Wednesday, and I am so glad that we are able to gather one more time. I'm so glad that we woke up this morning and got started on our way, and it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the Lion's Den, and I appreciate you all for coming in. Now, you know how we get this party started. We like to just kind of get going with who came into the VIP section and who is the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair. Now, all that being said, today we've got some beautiful people that came in to make sure there's plenty of love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness in the Lion's Den for the rest of you all when you get here. I know we're gathering kind of slow. I know even myself, y'all notice I ran just a few minutes tardy. I was tardy for the party this morning. Something about me just didn't want to let that bed go this morning. I wasn't asleep, but I just didn't want to get out of the bed. But I tell you what, it's a blessed Wednesday. To my dearest friend, it absolutely positively is fairly all day. Now let's come over here and look and see who won Grandpa Holmes's chair this morning. And it's a beautiful day. They got up early this morning to make sure there was all kinds of love available to us here in the Lion's Den. So let's get this party started and let's get this party crack-a-lacking. And the third person in the room this morning, she came in the room, y'all. The third person in the room this morning was none other than Sassy Cassie. Sassy Cassie, you did that this morning, otherwise known as Cassandra Isaiah. Come on and sit down on that love seat, sis. Go ahead and sit down on that love seat. Put your lips, hips, and your fingertips on that love seat this morning. You did that. And thank you for coming in. I just love her. I realized on yesterday in Rebel Stream where I actually met her for the first time, and it just blew me away. So, you know, back in Kansas City, I was starting a little coffee shop at a men's facility down in their basement. It was a recovery program for men that were down on their luck. And we had a guitar player that came through that was one of the baddest guitar players I have ever heard, just shy of Jimi Hendrix and Prince. But this brother was off the chains, and lo and behold, she was my sister that was in there singing with him. When she said that yesterday in Rebel's stream, I just fell over. I knew I had seen her at my church services, but I thought that was where I knew her from originally. So Sassy Cassie, listen, we got this thing. We go way back. And I appreciate you even for coming in that venue to bless the house. And she sang, y'all. She sang while my brother played the guitar. I tell you, it's a small world and it gets smaller every day. It just blows your mind. Sassy Cassie, go ahead and sit down over there on that love seat. I just had to say that because that's on the top of my brain, because when she said that yesterday, she just literally blew me out of the water. Now, the second person to make it into the Lion's Den this morning in that VIP section, Miss Fabulous, otherwise known as Mel Holiday. Come on, Mel. Come on. Scooch Cassie over. Come on and sit down on that love seat. I appreciate you for coming in and bringing the love into the Lion's Den. Oh, let me take Cassie down. That's my girl. But she's the only picture I have this morning, so I guess I could leave her up. Yes. Mel Holiday came on in, our head usher reporting for duty. But the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair is none other than Din Darn, you did that, sis. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair. Get your lips, get your hips, and get your fingertips. Right on over there, my sister. Come right on over, sis. That's your spot this morning. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair. And so much love to you on this morning. I appreciate all of those that come in early in the morning while we're still slumbering, slobbering, and sleeping. They're getting their lip sips and fingertips in the Grandpa Holmes' chair. I appreciate each of these beautiful ladies, and thank you so much, so much. Now, let's come on back, and you know what I like to do right now. Appreciate our moderators. They do such a phenomenal job. There you see Shelly Thunder. That's my girl. Shelly Thunder comes in and she does a marvelous job taking care of the Lion's Den, along with dropping scriptures for me and anything else I need done, honey. Mother keeps me covered, and I appreciate her. Then we got the leader of the pack, none other than the Rebel Inc. And listen, y'all, I want y'all to know we're going to go over this morning, and we're going to be with the Rebel Inc. in anti-morning bangos. Anti-morning bangos this morning, y'all. We're going to be there, and we're going to be in the midst with her and the Cracks. Immediately following this stream, we'll be raiding over to the Rebels house. I tell you what, yesterday she celebrated her 2-year anniversary. It was nothing less than stellar. It was absolutely a marvelous time over there. It was good to hear how her stream has come together in these last 24 months. Truly, Rebel, you have made an impact on Twitch and on the internet. You are a force to be reckoned with, a good force, an absolutely good force to be out here, and the Twitch streets are better because you're streaming. Thank you so much. She is my moderator here, and she's been holding me down the whole time I've been here, and I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And then, of course, the third part of the Blessed Trinity is none other than Michelle Brownell. That's my quiet storm, y'all. She changes the atmosphere just by being in it. And she's a beautiful soul. She's a beautiful heart. Listen, I listened to how on yesterday we had True Confessions in Rebel stream. As I understand, Rebel and Michelle didn't like each other at first. Now, as things have changed and love has grown, honey, she fights tail parts. She fights tail parts. She'll fight tail parts for the Rebel Inc. These beautiful ladies are just awesome. So much mod love coming to you, and thank y'all for putting that mod love out there in the stream, because these are my babies and I couldn't do this without them. They were ready yesterday. Y'all didn't like each other, but see how love works. Once you get to know somebody and really get to know where they're coming from, they can be your best friend if you let them. Now, you know how I like to do at this point right here. I love to come around and say good morning to everybody, because you know, as my mother taught me when I was growing up, when you come in the room, speak to somebody. Lord Jesus, that's just, we were talking to Dr. Dady Priest on yesterday. She had a great stream, things that are becoming obsolete. Speaking to folks when you come in the room seemingly has become obsolete, because I tell you what, folks can walk right past you and never say hello. But I want to do like Lionel Richie this morning and say hello, my friend, hello. And I see you. Jennifer was the first one in the Lion's Den. And Jennifer, I just want to say good morning to you. She is a streamer. Please go out there and follow her and give her your support. She comes in and she blesses us in here, and I appreciate your presence in the Lion's Den. Then we had the Rebel Inc. Yes, that's my moderator, and that is none other than the Galactic Supervisor. The Galactic Supervisor, good morning to you. Stacy 546, come on in the room, sis. Joanna G, I see you, and blessed morning to you, my friend. So much love coming to you, so much love. I'm coming on down, and One Reason is not really here, y'all. You don't see him. He's not really here. He's invisible. But good morning to the Bishop from Twitch, even though he's not here. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking, and I see Truck Driver. Yes, that is the Lion King of the Lion's Den. That's my Mufasa. Come on in here, my brother from another mother. I love you so much. The Gift, Nathan Lamont. Just give us one good squall, baby, and we're ready to go this morning. I love you, sweetheart. Come on in the Lion's Den. BTD Mom. I see BTD Mom in the Lion's Den. She came over, I relocated here to Texas, and she came over yesterday and was officially, she and my fam, they were officially my first visitors here at the house on last night. It's still not in order. It's not in full order, but they overlooked all of my sins and all my transgressions, and they came on in here and just enjoyed a beautiful time of fellowship. That's my BTD Mom. That's my big sis. Good morning to you. Now coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking, and who else is in the Lion's Den but my dearest friend Fairly All Day is in the room, and a little birdie told me she might come for Thanksgiving if we treat her just right. Yes, my family said we love this woman. Can she come and spend? That's the truth. I'm not lying on that. So at the end of the day, good morning to you, Fairly All Day. She's a people person. She's a beautiful soul. She is the whole package. I love me some Fairly All Day. Mish 8 is in the room, you guys. Now listen, she is a chef and she is a cook that is streaming on Twitch. I want you to go out there, and I say this every single time. A lot of our non-musical streamers and a lot of our females are phenomenal talents out here, but they're being overlooked. I want you all to make sure and follow Mish 8. She will cook you up a storm and give you some recipes that you just can't pass them up. Please go out there and follow my sister. She's gonna bless your whole life. Now, MCP812, come on in here, my sister cousin. So much love coming to you. Hugs, Queen, and so much love coming your way on this fine day. I'm looking on down, and I'm looking and booking and see did anybody come in the basement while I was upstairs. And I know we're coming in kind of slowly like this morning. Cassandra Woke 2022. I just talked about you, Cassandra. I'm still blown away that was you singing with Tracy. I'm just blown away. I'm still trying to process that thing, girl. I'm still trying to process that thing. But listen, we go way back, and so much love coming to you. Coming on down, and I'm looking and booking anybody else that came in the room while I was upstairs. Listen, there's so much love for you, Fairly All Day. I'm not playing. And let me tell you this. The main person that was asking you to come was Main Man, and he was serious about that thing. And I know you made an impact with him, because he's not that brother that's going to be like, can you come and spend some time with us? He doesn't roll like that. So you have truly... You have truly impacted my family, and we just love you. We absolutely positively do. We love you. Now, it looks like that's everybody that's in my chat this morning, and that's okay. You may not be in my chat. You may just be holding space, and I appreciate you just for being not your average guy. Just came in through the basement. Happy hump day to you, my brother. It's so good to see you, and I love you. It's always a blessing to have you here in the Lion's Den. Now, for those that may just be holding space and you don't want to chat in the chat section and you're just here listening, I want you to know you are appreciated very much so. Your support means the world to me. Even if you never say a word, you just wave your hand. That's what the old folks say. If I couldn't say a word, I just wave my hand. Some of y'all out there just waving your hand, and I appreciate you for doing that and holding space in the Lion's Den. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's get this party started, and let's get this party crack-a-lacking. I sure will tell them Fairly All Day, but that ain't no joke up in here, honey. We loves us some Fairly All Day. Kai Chick! Good morning. That is my evangelist on Twitch, and it's so good to see you this morning. Good morning to you, and I know a lot of times you are working and lurking, but you're here, and even when you're not here physically, you're here because your spirit never leaves the Lion's Den, and we love you. I saw my Go Ratty come into the room from the UK. So much love to you, my brother. I've been missing you, but it's good to see you. And you're another one. Whether I see you physically present here or not, you're still here because you, sir, are part of the Lions Den family. Come on in here and roar. Tall Pumps is pumping tall. Good morning to you, my sister. Listen, I want to say last night, we had two great streams that were going on that I was able to participate in. And I actually want to go back to the afternoon. Chazzy Licious is cooking. You've been working hard. I got you. You're back in Toronto now. Okay, good. We had two great streams, or three. Chazzy Licious is cooking, had a great stream on yesterday. Then we went out there and hung out with Dr. Dady Priest. Y'all know that's my high priestess. She don't even have to be in the room, honey. She's always here because she's in my heart. I love that woman. She had a phenomenal stream on yesterday, talking about different things and staying on the cutting edge, but as well, we talked about things that are becoming obsolete, and she covered that thing. She covered some territory, and then she rated us over to Woman Unsilenced, and I tell you what, it was a phenomenal stream. I just talk about, there's certain people, I'm always going to talk about them because they're in my heart. Dr. Dady Priest is the high priestess and engagement matters. And then we've got Woman Unsilenced that I'm encouraging you all. Tall Pumps is the moderator over there, doing a beautiful job. Tall Pumps doing a beautiful job. That stream is always informative. It's always uplifting. It's always shedding light. And Woman Unsilenced, I keep talking about her because she just is. I want you all to really don't sleep on her. Don't sleep on her. She is a phenomenal force out here on the internet. So please, if you're not following Woman Unsilenced, if you're not following Dr. Dady Priest, and I see Shelby Nicole Cosplay. Come on in here, sis. These are all streamers. Please follow them. They will bless your whole life. I promise you, they absolutely positively will. It doesn't take anything away from me to tell you about some other phenomenal streamers that are out here doing their thing in these Twitch streets and beyond. Mish 8, I don't want to forget her either. Phenomenal. Jennifer out here, phenomenal. Please follow these ladies. They will bless your whole life. Now, let's get this party started. And I think some more people may have come in. I saw Go Ratty. I saw Kai Chick. Shelby Nicole Cosplay has come in the basement. Come on in here, sis, and so much love to you. And I hope that you are recovering well and that your body is coming back to norm. And not only norm, but I want you to be better than ever. There we go. And those are all the people that are in my chat. I appreciate you so much. Trying to maintain and pushing through. We're sending all kinds of positive energy to you, Shelby Nicole. Sending all kinds of positive energy your way for your body, mind, soul, spirit, everything. I want you well. Den Darn is in the room, and good morning to you, fam. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in here. Love to you, my dear. And you were the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair. You got in there bright and early, and I appreciate you for that. Now, I think we've got everybody, and let's go ahead and get started. You know where we go. Get your coffee cups out. Get your coffee cups out. Because whilst we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, there were a few things that happened. What had happened was, whilst we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, let's talk about a few of those things that happened. Okay, we may not get to all of them, but we just want to touch on a few of them. I see your coffee cups, Stacy 546. I see your coffee cups, Cassandra Woke. I see your coffee cups. Come on. Don't you want to go? Let's have a little chit chat. Now, I see you, MCP 812. I see you. Now, you know, whilst we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, one of the things that I want to address, where do I want to... I guess I'll start with Nancy. I really don't want to start with her, but we kind of touched on her on yesterday. I see your coffee cups, Den Darn. I see them. I really don't want to start with her, but it's the first thing that popped up in my screen and populated, so I'll start right there. Nancy says the U.S. will not abandon Taiwan while China plans more military drills. Now, you know how I feel about this. You already know. You know how I feel about this.
Ain't nothing but the devil.
I can't hear you.
Ain't nothing but the devil.
Nancy, bring your lips, hips, and fingertips back to these here United States. You know what they're looking to start, then darn. Bring your lips, hips, and your fingertips back here to the United States and sit down, Nancy. I just need you to sit down. Now listen, because at the end of the day, now I'm gonna look over here at this headline that she gave in this quote once more and again. We will not abandon Taiwan. Nancy, I wish you would say we will not abandon black people. I wish you would say we will not abandon indigenous people. I wish you would say we will not abandon people of color. I wish you would say we will not abandon the LGBTQ plus community. I wish you would say you would not abandon us here in the United States while you're over here in Taiwan trying to tell Taiwan how to live their lives and snubbing your nose at China while China's out here doing military games. What are we doing? At the end of the day, there's enough right here. That's what the old folks used to say. They didn't say here. They said right here. There's enough right here. You don't need to go out to any other country and say we're not going to abandon you when you've got folks abandoned right here in your own country. In your own country, you got more homeless folks than anywhere else in the world. And we're the richest country in the world, so you say. But we've got more folks that are homeless. We've got more hungry little children. We've got all kind and manner of disease spreading abroad and running amok. Why you're not gonna abandon Taiwan, Nancy, fancy Nancy, have you abandoned us? Inquiring minds want to know. Now that's, you know, come on here. Inquiring minds want to know. So while you just insist on coming to Taiwan or going to Taiwan, while you just insist on going to Taiwan and creating up all kinds of animosity, anger, and this, that, and the other, bring your lips, hips, and fingertips back to these here United States of America that has elected you, voted you, put you in positions of power and office. Don't abandon us. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Do you understand? The Secretary of State, Go Ratty, we just blurring all kinds of lines. Somebody said blurred lines. We're just blurring all kinds of lines, Go Ratty. We're just blurring all kinds of lines. What does Nancy have to do with Taiwan? Inquiring minds want to know. Now, I believe probably if we get right down to it, show me the money, because I would almost bet you if she took her lips, hips, and fingertips to Taiwan as if it's so important, you know these folks are agitated as far as China. You know these folks are just upset and they are not pleased at all. Now we got more to read about. They are doing their military drills because they already, Z told him, you send Pelosi over to Taiwan and there will be consequences. So at the end of the day, as we continue on this trend of we are the giants in the world and we do what we want to do, we say what we want to say, we go where we want to go, we have upset the fruit basket, and Z done already said it's going to be some consequences. At the end of the day, if she's flying over there, I just feel down in my shondo that there's some other stuff involved. That's the way I see it. And that's the way I feel about it. So at the end of the day, I'm sitting and come on, they're a part of NATO, but come on, you ain't got to be quiet in here, Mish. Talk all you want to. At the end of the day, it's like, why, oh, why? And what is she doing in Taiwan? What? Tell me. What is she doing in Taiwan? What does Taiwan have to do with her?
Asking for a friend.
What does Taiwan have to do with Nancy Pelosi?
Asking for a friend.
Why are your lips, hips, and your fingertips in a country that you know ain't gonna do nothing but agitate China? And as the reports came out this morning, they are now continuing and increasing their military drills. Explain it to me, Lucy. Explain it to me. I need you to bring your lips, hips, and your fingertips back to the United States. Matter of fact, listen, as we're talking along those lines, when you said, listen, I'm looking, and I don't know if you all realize this, but the other day, our beautiful lawmakers determined they will not, N-O-T, all caps, they will not give any military for those military personnel that went over and were impacted. Let me see if I can pull this story up, because actually SK 8843 sent it to me the other day. I'm trying to remember where she sent it to me at. We're going to agitate people. We're going to incite violence and a riot and folk raising up ready to fight and kill us. We're going to incite all of that. I wish I could find, where did SK 8843 send that to me? But at the end of the day, many do not realize. I just want to get my hands on that. Where you at? With the military and the needs and the medical that they have incurred while they're out here fighting for us, we also have thrown them to the dogs and said we will not fund their journey toward healing. And I want to get specifics. Lord Jesus, let me see if I can search that. Now, the same military that we'll put out here, because they're going to have to fight. Understand this. Nancy ain't going nowhere to fight. Nancy is not going to budge. Should China decide the consequences are going to be military and we're going to have conflict, Nancy ain't going nowhere. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? So at the end of the day, SK, where did you send that to me at? Lord. This is what happens when I got stuff coming at me from all directions because I don't want to mistell it. But at the end of the day, the military that we love to put out here and put their lives in jeopardy, so many times when they're in need and it comes back to, we got this because we were supporting and taking care of you and doing what you put us out here to do. They're out here putting their lives on the line, and then when they come home and needs assistance and help and medical attention for things they've gotten out here, taking care of us, and our government has voted no support to these soldiers. Now, I really, that story got my goat the other day, and it really kind of ticked me off, but I can't put my hands on it right now. It's been a few days since I looked at it, Cheerings, and I can't find it. Nonetheless, just so you know, our beautiful, they voted down a measure that was for the military personnel that received various and sundry injuries abroad. And I said, if that ain't just dastardly, y'all, if we are not going to take care of the soldiers that are out there protecting us, if we are not going to give them the resources, the PAX bill, 11 Republicans blocked it. Unbelievable. If we're not going to take care of our own that's out there protecting us, could it be, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to go here. Could it be, y'all, in the midst of all of this, the devil? Baby, that ain't nothing but the old slimy devil. When we do stuff like this, y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. We do stuff like this where we will have a Nancy Pelosi go and agitate China. Go and agitate. And then come back. And okay, you're going to have a military conflict. Send our military personnel. Even though we voted, we're not going to give you 1 red cent to take care of the issues and the problems and the maladies that you contracted, encountered, and experienced while you were out there protecting us from the stuff that we created. But we're not going to give you a penny. Now, where they do that at? Where they do that at, y'all? Where? Oh, where? Listen, I'm going to say it. I said it once and I'll say it again. Could it be? Diablo! And his twin brother Beelzebub. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. At the end of the day, we woke up this morning with Pelosi. We woke up this morning with Pelosi over there in Taiwan, and China is hot as fish grease. So there you have it. That's my commentary on that in a nutshell. And at the end of the day, we will not abandon Taiwan. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Whilst we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, these are the times that try men's souls. These are the types of stories that you just have to, if you look at it from all sides and look at it from everything, you said it's just absolutely agitating. It's aggravating. And it's like, why? That's like walking up to a wasp nest and getting you a big old spray can of water and just spraying it and just making them mad, making them angry, stirring up the hornets, and then being like, what's going on? I got stung. Yes, you got stung. You stirred them up. Listen, I hear you, Go Ratty. Democrats need to get that agenda for Black America passed. And I'm shaking my head too. Because again, while Nancy's out here talking about we will not abandon Taiwan, we've been abandoned for over 400 years. I said 400 plus. Whew. Black Lives Matter. Now, at the end of the day, it's hard, and I'm really serious. I'm really, really serious when I say that it's hard to embrace all of the places that the United States gets so heartfelt about going out and supporting them and making sure they're not abandoned. And we in the Black community have been waiting to be supported the first time. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? It's hard. I'm not lying. It's hard. I'm going to say this even to the extent of when I saw the anti-Asian bill pass, and I saw that the Asian community who, yes, I feel for them, but we still can't get an anti-lynching law. We still can't get anything passed for people of color. While we look at everybody else that's gotten some little ching of money, some little touch of something, a taste of $1, and all of this for the sufferings they've gone through, we still cannot have not been given one iota of a red cent for Black people. It's hard to apply what we want to call the so-called advancements we're making when we are continuously walked over, overlooked, left out, abused and used, and everybody wants to talk about the progress we're making in this country. Progress for who? But you want us to sit on the sideline and applaud everybody else. I said what I said. This is Yes You, O Cubed. One-on-one, just me and you. I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and you know how we do it in the Lion's Den. We take this coffee, no cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black, because I tells it like it T-I-Z tis. We still have not seen any justice for the black community. Stop asking us to applaud everybody else's. We are still waiting, even after Martin Luther King said how many years ago, why we can't wait, and we're still waiting. And you done flew your lips, hips, and fingertips over to Taiwan. Y'all know how I do it in here. I don't just throw shade, I shed light. Then darn, no cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black, because I tells it like it T-I-Z tis. And for anybody that wants to say, but black people are better off now than they've ever been. Listen, this is all I can say to you. If this is what you believe in your mind.
Why you always lying?
That's a lie straight from the pit of hell. Beelzebub sold you that. Beelzebub told you that. But baby, for everybody out here saying black folk are better than we've ever been.
Why you always lying?
And let the truth be told. Let it be known. It's a lie. Lie. It's a lies, Cassandra Woke. Woo. So, you know, if you couldn't tell, I wasn't pleased with this story about Pelosi. And that's the headliner this morning, too. And I said, do I really want to start with her? But listen, let me start with her, because it's just dastardly, y'all. It's just dastardly. We out here in the United States and abroad just agitating folk for no reason. And I'm going to say that to the extent when you haven't taken care of home. Charity begins at home, then spreads abroad. It doesn't spread abroad, then come back home, Nancy. It's just dastardly. So at the end of the day, that was the headline that, yes, I'm going to go ahead and start with it, even though I'm agitated. Can you tell? It done raised my blood pressure. Now, as we go and we look at really what else is going on, I don't know. You know, yesterday was election in many areas, the first Tuesday of August. I haven't really been online because I've been trying to take care of, I'm gonna hydrate. Oh, I don't have any water. I don't have anything to hydrate with. We just gonna, listen, I'm gonna salivate real hard and then swallow. That's gonna be my hydration today, then darn. At the end of the day, you know, I'm looking and home only refers to the politicians, not the people. And you said a mouthful there, Joanna G. I guess so. I guess so. I guess so. Not in America for black people, Stacy. No. And this is the thing. Oh, water just showed up. Honey, won't the Lord just honey, the Lord will just, Lord, please turn this water into wine. Refreshment. Now, at the end of the day, I'm going to keep on crying loud and sparing not, because I want it to be ever so clear that we are still in the midst of the civil rights struggle. Yes, I said civil rights, not fake rights. Civil rights struggle. We're still in the midst of that. And so at the end of the day, you know, I recognize that people's minds are everywhere based on what they've heard, what they know. You know, somebody mentioned this, I think it was Dr. Dady yesterday, about CRT and the whole idea And number one, people, understand this is all just a matter of just whistleblowing. Or actually, what's the word I want to say? Grandstanding. Because at the end of the day, they're not teaching CRT in your grade school and high schools anyway. So all of this that we got going on and this whole huge argument that we have is we want to create a stir. We want to create an uproar. We want to get the white racist individuals all in panties in a bunch. We just want them to be so, oh my God, we just can't. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And that is to incite all of this animosity, fear is so powerful, y'all. I hope that you realize how fear is so masterfully used. Churches use it for control. And I tell people all the time, good morning, SK8843. So good to see you this morning. You missed my first rant, but I'm glad you're here. I tell you, if we understand the power of fear and how fear is used, and pay attention. Fear, anytime you find yourself in a situation where people are utilizing fear, and I'm going to say it again because churches do it all the time, especially Christianity. So much of what they are, and I'm a Christian, so don't come for me. I am Christian, and hey, I'm a believer. Don't come after me, because listen, but I am that one that will stand up against any ministry that is fear mongering and tell you that is nothing but control, that is nothing but manipulation. And even if we look at the idea, God hasn't given me a spirit of fear. Listen, you're not going to push me in the corner with some fear to control my behavior, to control my thoughts, to control anything about me. And when I see people that are heavily engaged in fear mongering, people are so easily controlled by fear, not your average guy. And the world leaders know this, and they're using it masterfully against the people. But even not just the world leaders in the broader sense, but even in the religious arenas, baby, they use that fear on y'all, and it immobilizes you every time. It paralyzes you. It dominates you. Listen, do not let fear overtake you. Do not. And I know that sounds like, oh, but spiritual thought leader, you just do not let fear overtake you. Even some of you, to the extent I was afraid to say anything, because no, baby, open your mouth and say something. Open your mouths and say something. Do not be afraid. So at the end of the day, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? So much love to you, Stacy 546. You have a blessed day, my sister. I love you. I love you. I love you. So when we get to this element of understanding, I'm not going to be fearful. I'm not going to be afraid. And I want you to carry yourself like that. This pride, Pride, this Pride Alliance is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar. Do not allow fear to intimidate you, paralyze you, and keep you mute. I need to hear a lion's roar. And that's all of you. That's all of you. We need all of your mouths. We need all of your voices to be heard. We need all of you to chime in and give us your ideas, give us your opinions, give us your whatever you have of the gems and jewels that are deposited inside of you, because everybody's valuable in this piece. Please understand that. Everybody is valuable up in this joint. Nobody is more important. Nobody's opinions are more relevant. Listen, everybody in here, do not allow fear to relegate you to some place of feeling insignificant and you don't have a voice and you have nothing to say. And by all means, I'm going to say it once more and again, just on this point. Rebuke fear. Rebuke it, rebuke it, rebuke it. Do not be afraid of anybody, because at the end of the day, nobody on the face of this earth, I don't care who they are, I don't care what their station and status in life, nobody on the face of this earth is better than you are. Believe that. And I'm going to say it once more and again. I see those coffee cups, den darn. I'm going to say that once more and again. And I need some of y'all to really allow this to penetrate that gray matter between your ears. There is nobody on the face of this earth, I don't care what their station and status in life, there is nobody on the face of this earth that is better than you are. Nobody. Please believe that. Please believe that. Please, please, please believe that. Thank you for those roaring biddies, SK8843. And for those of you that have allowed that kind of mindset to dog you through your life, to haunt you as you go, and that little voice in the back of your head as if you're insignificant, you're uneducated, you're unimportant, you're whatever. Listen, rebuke fear, and it's a lie straight from the pit of hell. I promise you it is. Nobody, and that includes women to men, nobody in this world is greater than you are. Nobody in this world is lesser than you are. We are all created equal up in this piece. Treat me equally and respect me, but you will not use fear and intimidation tactics to make me cower down. That just ain't gonna happen. You got the wrong one, baby. You got the wrong one, baby. So at the end of the day, thank you. I see you, Shelly. At the end of the day, just keep it clear. There is nobody on the face of this earth that is better than you. Come on in here, One Reason. I see you coming, and good morning, y'all. Here we go, y'all. It's a raid. Come on.
Big Moochie, baby. Hey, right now, this going out to the entire set. This going out to the whole entire set. And my hat is down.
One Reason with 55 viewers. LaDawn, good morning to you. KB Browns, good morning to you. I see ya. Miss Frosty, 60803, I see you, sis. Come on in here. Come on in here. I see ya. Come on. Good morning to. Listen, Soldiers for Christ is up in here. I see you, DJ Stacy, blessed one, and she is a streamer. Please follow her. I see you, Miss Robin. Come on. It's a gospel takeover. I appreciate you for coming in the Lion's Den. I see ya, sight giver. Come on up in here, sis. So much love to you. Come on in here. I love ya. I'm looking at Lady T is in the house. DJ Chanel, Miss P. Smitty, Jazzy Mimi. Oh my goodness, Shelly, Thunder. I appreciate everybody that came over. You better come on up in here. Short Staff New York, I see you. Come on and welcome to the Lion's Den. Michelle, I see you. Come on in the room here. Come on in the room. It's so good to have you this morning. Come on. I want to say, Soldiers for Christ family, we welcome you here in the Lion's Den, and we appreciate you for coming. Come on. I love y'all. I really, really do. Now, as we thank you so much. One Reason, that's the Bishop of Twitch, Barbara Hardy in the room. Come on in here, sis. That's my these are they friend. And I hope I didn't miss anybody that was in that chat, but I appreciate you and I love you so much. Mad love coming to you. One Reason is the Bishop of Twitch. That's what I call him. He's the Bishop of Twitch. That is my guy. He has been so instrumental in the growth of this channel. I just cannot appreciate him enough. He is a blessing, a whole blessing, and a whole vibe. Good morning to you, and thank you for coming in. I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you. Now, At the end of the day, back to what I was saying before you all came in, and I will say it again. I'll reiterate it because I want you to get this down in your shondo. You're in the lion's den. No cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black because we tells it like it T-I-Z-Tis. And any streamers in here, please, please, please drop your links, drop your time. Go ahead and drop that in there so everybody can follow you. I don't want to miss anybody getting support from the Lion's Den. Now, this is what I was saying when you came in. And listen, Shelly Thunder's here. I appreciate her because she's everywhere. She's moderating here. She's moderating there. She's moderating everywhere. Everywhere. That's my prophetess, and she's in the room, and I appreciate her. Good morning to you, Shelly Thunder. Now, this is what I was saying, and I'm going to say it once more and again because I mean this from my shondo with everything that's in me. There is nobody in this world, Short Staff New York, so much love coming to you. There is nobody in this world that is greater or better than you. That's what I was wrapping up in that last conversation that we had. There is nobody, nowhere in this world that is greater than you. And so I was addressing fear and fear tactics and fear mongering. Do not, I don't care where it's coming from. If you've got an employer that uses fear, if you've got a church that uses fear, if you've got a pastor, a minister, if you've got clergy, if you've got a man to a woman or a woman to a man, there is no, listen, we are all created equal up in this piece. And so at the end of the day, do not allow fear and intimidation to be used against you to keep you from doing and being great. Listen, there's seeds of greatness in you. Do not count yourself insignificant to anything or anyone. You matter. And so that was the wrap up that I was giving right there. And just as you were getting ready to raid, and even as we begin to talk about, you're here for real now. You're no longer invisible. Come on here, Short Staff, New York. I just want y'all to understand that. We need your voice. We need to hear you roar. We need your ideas. We need your opinions. Stop being that fly on the wall that just blends in and has nothing to say, and you feel like what you think does not matter. That's a lie. Straight from the pit of hell. Oh, I felt it. Can I do it right here? Could it be? The devil. Baby, I'm here to tell you it ain't nothing but that old slimy devil got you thinking that you do not matter, and what you have to offer to the world is of no significance. It's a lie straight from the pit. It's a lie straight from the pit. Don't believe it, even if your mama told you. I don't care if your grandma told you. I don't care if somebody close to you told you what you ain't. If anybody told you what you're not, baby, don't believe that. Don't believe it, because I'm here to tell you, it's not so. And so if that's what you've been told, and if that's the way you have operated in your life, I want you to loose it and let it go today, because at the end of the day,
ain't nothing but the devil.
I can't hear you.
Ain't nothing but the devil.
it's the devil. And so come forth, Kim Possible 711. There's my pastor from the ATL. It's so good to see you this morning, sis. Come on up in here, and mad love to you. So that's what I want you to take away. If you don't get anything else this morning, I want you to walk away feeling good about yourself, feeling good about what you bring to the table. We need your flavor. You got flavor, baby. You got flavor. We need your flavor. Listen, we're not trying to be bland up in here. Sunday, we preached out of the salt shaker. We're not trying to be bland up in here. We want some seasoning. I want y'all to make some seasoning like your mama, like your grandmama cooked it. That's the way we want to be in this world, which means I need you to turn up just a tad. I need you to turn up just a little bit. I need you to turn up and show up And while we work your salt, go, Shelly. I'm going to preach that. I'm going to preach that, Shelly. Work your salt. I'm going to preach that. I promise you, I'm going to go somewhere and I'm going to preach work your salt. I love it. I love it. That's why I call her the prophetess. Baby, she comes bringing it. She comes fully loaded and she'll hit you with both barrels. I just love it. So this is where we were. And again, this somewhat to give you an overview, and I'm not going to go all the way back through it, but we started with the story whilst we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. We started with the story of Nancy Pelosi taking her lips, hips, and fingertips over to Taiwan, and China has now stepped up their military drills because they mad. And Z already told them before they showed up, if you send her over there, we're going to get you. So at the end of the day, as she said in her words, we will not abandon Taiwan. To bring you up to speed, I was saying, but you got black folks and we've been abandoned. We've got indigenous folks and we've been abandoned. We got people of color, LGBTQ+. We got all kinds of homelessness. We got babies. We got families. We got people that are suffering through this recession that we're trying to make it through, and we've been abandoned while you're going over to Taiwan and saying you won't abandon them. So there you have it. That's a quick update on what we've talked about this morning up to this point. Now, while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. Now, I don't know if you all are aware of this or not. Work your salt. That's all down in my Shondo, Shelly Thunder. Work your salt. I feel that. I feel that. I feel a whole entire sermon when you said it that just took and set right down in my Shondo. Work your salt. Girl, you better tell. You better talk. Now, as the old folks used to say, that'll preach. Now, I want to touch on this just briefly because I don't know how many are aware or not. Listen, we can't leave the place that makes all our clothes. One reason, and I already said, if she's over there, you better rest assured, if she done took her lips, hips, and fingertips, and as Go Ratty said, isn't that the job of the Secretary of State? But howbeiver, we don't even address that. Isn't that the job of the Secretary of State? But howbeiver, if Nancy's over there, I can guarantee you, there's money involved. There's money involved. You best believe there's money, Shelly Thunder. They won't abandon Taiwan because their pockets are full. I'm trying to tell you, it's show me the money. I can promise you there's some money involved. And so y'all wasn't here, but you're basically echoing what we've already said, because you know what is important to this country is always the money, not the people. So here we go. This story right here, I'm just almost in amazement that we even had to go here. Let me pull this out. But hold on just a second. I'm just really okay. So Nancy went switching over to Taiwan, KB Browns, and I'm shaking my head too. No, she went trembling because every time I see her, she can barely walk and she looked like she's full. Full for those youngins. We had some conversation in Dr. Dady's yesterday because the young folks didn't know what a pocketbook was. DJ Onyx Hart, there's my guy. He had a stream on yesterday and I must apologize to him. I was to have been there, but I didn't get there until very, very late. But they had an awesome stream on last night. That's my guy. And listen, since you're here, let me give you the hookup because you know how we do it in the Lion's Den. One for the Father, one coffee cup for the Son, and one coffee cup for the Holy Ghost. That's for DJ Onyx Hart, who comes in with 20 cups every time he shows up in the Lion's Den. I love you, my brother. Now, they don't want China and Russia to have secret talks amongst themselves. They better be careful. I hear you, den darn. At the end of the day, I can promise you that the whole kit and caboodle. Oh, absolutely, Miss P. Smitty. Absolutely. Listen, the purpose of the trip. The purpose of the trip. The purpose of the trip. I don't care what they say with their mouths. That's the purpose of the trip. That is the purpose of the trip. Maybe she's getting her desk stash so she can keep her stagger. when she pulls out the drawer, there's something tasty in it, Joanna. Because Mother sure look like she been drinking. That's all I know. Mother sure look like she been drinking. Yes, I left you 17, DJ Onyx Heart. But listen, just for good measure and for good pleasure, let me do just one more. Can I do just one more for you? Let's make that 16. So at the end of the day, yes, I don't know what her intent and her purpose. Well, really, yeah, I know what they're saying, but at the end of the day, I ain't buying what you selling. I'm not buying what you're selling. And let's go back to what Go Ratty said. The truth is almost always wrapped in dollar bills, not your average guy. The truth is almost always wrapped in dollar bills. Follow the money trail, y'all. Follow the money trail, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. Now, this story right here, I don't know if we want to call this tone deafness. I don't know what we want to say. DJ Aurora Onyx Heart, come on in here, my sister. DJ Onyx Heart and DJ Aurora Onyx Heart are both streamers in the Heart Foundation. Please go out there and support them. They will bless your whole entire life. And as I said, they had a beautiful stream on last night. Please go out and support my people. These are my folks. These are my folks. And I appreciate them for being in the Lion's Den this morning. So much love coming to you. Now, Shelly Thunder, you say, money is the sole purpose of any trip made by the government. It doesn't benefit them, then nothing's going to be done. And you better sip that coffee, because you told the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. You said it right there, prophetess. You better talk. And there you have it, right there in a nutshell. Anytime this government goes someplace, you better know without a shadow of a doubt that it has something to do with money. But while we're talking about money, y'all, can we, let me just run me my money. I was really waiting to see if, my girl, she usually always catches me on this. Tall Pumps, I was just waiting for you to get your cue and say, where's my, cut the check. That's what we saying in Black America. Cut the check. That's all I need you to do while y'all, there you go. Cut the check, America. While you will not abandon Taiwan, and you will not abandon Ukraine, and you will not abandon all these foreign countries that have nothing to do with us, but you got folks right here in these here United States of America that you have yet to make amends and treat right. Cut the check. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? So at the end of the day, this story here, I don't know if it is tone deafness. I'm going to put it at that, at bare minimum. I don't believe that's what it is, though. I really believe they don't care. Maybe Nancy is going to get your money from Taiwan. Listen, get the money from somewhere, because you always got money for war. Cut the check. That's all I want to say. That's all I got to say to you. Cut the check. Wherever you get the money from. Because you always find millions of dollars for war. You never have a problem finding one single penny to go to war. You never have a problem paying and giving money for military and defense. But you can't take care of your people. Cut the check. I said what I said. Now, y'all know how we do it in here. You're in the Lion's Den, in case you didn't know. No cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black, because I tells it like it T-I-Z-tis. Now, I don't know if we really want to say this is tone deafness or what. We're so glad to have you back, DJ Onyx Heart. You're welcome here. So much love coming to you. Now, this right here, this is a country, this is a city, a town that is next to Uvalde, to kind of set this story up as to what's going on here. This is an area next to Uvalde. So, this is the situation. Let me set it up for you. The situation is that while they're having a town hall meeting where the NRA, I want you to understand that's what that are coming out of my mouth. Now, let me give you the proximity. This is a town right next door to Uvalde. This is a town right. Nancy went over there to get it. She can't get no poll, KB Browns. She can't get no poll. She cannot get a poll. I'm just trying to tell you. So at the end of the day, I just want us to get the full gist of this story. Y'all had a poll last night. Listen, I might as well go ahead and give it. Let me come on back before I tell this story, because I already know what's getting ready to happen. Poll call. Hey! Come on and report for duty. Poll call with our head pollster. Tall Pumps is the minister in charge of the poll. Come on here, Tall Pumps. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's a poll call. Come on and report for duty. Let's get it. Old manager is reporting for duty. Tall Pumps is always in order. Vintage Sugar, come on up in here. Do I have anybody else that's going to report for duty this morning? And no, Nancy Pelosi is not a poll name. Chocolate Testimony, where you at? It's a poll call. Shelly Thunder reporting for duty. Come on up in here. Sincere the DJ, we have poll call from time to time, and the ladies and the men just can't stay off the pole in the lion's den. Come on, Sister Sideways, come through. Eileen Sideways, come on. Raw Confessions is here. Bubbling brown sugar, but thicker than a Snicker. She said, Raw Confessions said bubbling brown sugar, but thicker than a Snicker. Get on the pole. Get on the pole. I see you, my sister. I see you. Georgia Peach Cobbler with extra crust on duty. Shake your jelly. Thunderclaps reporting for duty. It's a poll call. And that's the way we do it in the Lion's Den, y'all. That's the way we do it in the Lion's Den. It's a poll call. So listen, I can't keep the folks off the pole. I can't keep them off the pole. They just love the pole. Now, come on, DJ Onyx, Aurora, is Sweet Rose. Come on, let Sweet Rose, I'm gonna let you have a little of that. So Sweet Rose said, let me get a little of that. Let me get a little of that. Hey, Sweet Rose. Woo! Has anybody seen my sweet Gypsy Rose? Come on here, Sweet Rose. I'm gonna give you just a minute. I'm gonna give you just a taste. I'm gonna give you just a little flavor of the poll call. And there you have it. That's a poll call in the Lion's Den, y'all. That's a poll call in the Lion's Den. And I love all my posters. They are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful folk. Swing Low, where you at? He must be working, but Swing Low is in here. Yes, those are my posters, and I tell you what, they take care of the poll. But I don't think we can get Nancy up on the poll, KB Browns. We can't get Nancy Pelosi up on that poll. Now, back, we just had to have that little station identification in. Pork Chop was missing. Not Poke Chop. Y'all silly. Sassy Sliding Glide. Listen, they still reporting for duty. I'm going to give you one more. One for the Father, one for the Son, and this one's for the Holy Ghost and Sassy Sliding Gliding Pork Chop. Oh, that's the wrong one. I went the wrong direction. Here we go. Hey! Y'all need to repent after this poll call. Is that what you feel, D? Listen, there ain't no sin and degradation in the poll call. I'ma let it. Where is In Too Deep? I know I saw him over in Rebel's house. Listen, y'all going in with these polls. Y'all going in with these polls. Now, let me say, Silent Storm, come on in here. I'm going to give you some poll. Come through, Miss Frosty. I'm going to give you some poll. Yes, I am. Come on and get you some. As my girl Monica says, get you some. It's amazing what comes out. Swing Low is in the room. You know I was looking for you, Nathan Lamont. You know I was looking for. I knew you were in the room. Not Silent Storm. Tall Pumps, your choice of spelling. Your choice of spelling, I shall not even address. Yes, that poor baby gets it every time. That poor baby gets it every time. That's a poll call in the Lion's Den. You just had a poll call in the Lion's Den. Now, as we, y'all so silly, Tall Pumps, y'all so silly. Now, back to the story. Back, a bucking poll call. That's what it is. At the end of the day, this story right here, I want to talk about it for just a minute. I really, really do, because I feel like there's something that needs to be extracted from it about the lack of care and the lack of love that we see in this here country. So let's go back to setting up the story. There is a town right next to, and I'm sure this was no accident. There's a town right next to, I see you, Lamont. I see you. I love you. You couldn't resist. You know I wanted you in here. I was looking for Swing Low. Oh, I said Sling Low, but I meant to say Swing Low. Same. I was in here and I looked at this story and I thought, how insensitive can we be? So the NRA went to a town right next to Uvalde. And this is what they did, y'all. And this really speaks to the heart of these people. And at the end of the day, you can say what you want to say. These folks are evil. These folks are evil. So they chose a town right next to Uvalde to go and host a convention, and the prize that they were giving away was a free AR-15. Did you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? They went to a town right next to Uvalde. This is the NRA. They went to a town right next to Uvalde, and the prize at the convention was going to be a free AR-15. Yeah, den darn. Yeah, BTD mom. Now, that's why I said, at bare minimum, can we say this was tone deafness? I don't think so. I really, at the end of the day, feel like this is some pure evil that really speaks to their intent. Now, to set this up, because you may not hear all of it, and I'll let it roll through a couple of times. DJ Aurora Onyx Heart, it's just ugly. This is the NRA, and this is the blessed, beloved NRA that so many people are out here fighting for. So when they had the city meeting, because they're Kim Possible, it's just dastardly. When they held the city meeting, because obviously Uvalde and some of the residents, even in that town, were very opposed to it because of Uvalde. And now, mind you, Uvalde, these parents haven't even had time to heal from burying their little children and their loved ones. So at the end of the day, you hear snickering, and I don't know how clearly it comes through, and you'll see some of the residents that respond to the snickering and the laughter of the NRA antagonists, is what I'm going to call them, laughing in the background as the parents and the parents of children that were killed in Uvalde and other townspeople are talking, and you hear these representatives for the NRA and these pro NRA gun people in the background laughing. Now, again, I just, at the end of the day, you can talk till you're blue in the face. This, to me, speaks of pure evil. Oh, Joanna G, listen, they working for the same people. I hear you, sis. This, to me, is such an egregious, brazen act of insensitivity and lack of care. I just don't know. I watched this video and something down in my shando was really grieved that this is the America that you want to get up and say you're good Christians. This is the America that you want to say in God we trust. This is the America. And these are these patriots, these nationalistic patriots that want to get up and say, you know, God and country, God and country, God and country. We stand for God. We stand for our country. These mean-spirited, evil, and ugly people that would traumatize this community by getting as close to the community as you could and then give away an AR-15. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? This is what prompted this whole meeting right here. These are the same people that won't allow firearms into their own meetings. One reason. And listen, we don't just throw shade, we shed light. And we take this coffee strong and black because we tells it like it tis. This is the same organization. This is the same NRA that says no guns allowed at their meeting. But you think this is funny and you're snickering and you're laughing at these people's grief. I want y'all to see this as for what it is, because a lot of times you hear these folks out here running around and they're screaming like a banshee and they're giving their narrative of why we do this and what we're doing. Baby, it's a lie straight from the pit of hell. It's a lie. Hear me when I say it's a lie straight from the pit of hell.
Why you always lying?
And so here we go. I've set it up for you, but this is what's going on. And I just think it's atrocious. Here we go.
To the stage to call me dad.
Now be smart about it. Prior to all this, I hear you smirk, I hear you smirk. I'm glad that you find it funny and hilarious that murdered children are such little topic for you.
The specific gun that they're giving away in this, what if that falls into the hands of another angry 18-year-old? Then it could be your children that are at risk.
And nobody can sit here and say, I know what they're going through, because you just don't unless it happens to you. And again, it's not about black and white, A and B, it's about respect.
It's a slap in the face to all of Uvalde, especially the ones that lost a loved one, some of us being here today. What's an even harder slap in the face is the AR-15 you get if you donate $5,000 to the NRA.
At best, the scheduling of this meeting is hopefully an oversight, an omission. Someone made a mistake. At worst, this is a deliberate disrespect for the grief, sorrow, and pain of these families, and an attempt to shut them up, put them in their place, saying that their sorrow should not get in the way of our fun.
Being a neighbor means being neighborly. Think about what you would expect from your next door neighbor. God forbid if a family member from your household was taken from you in such a tragic way.
That same weapon killed our kids. My daughter died, still calling me daddy. She wasn't old enough to even get to the stage to call me dad.
Now be smart about it. Prior to all this, I hear you smirk, I hear you smirk. I'm glad that you find it funny and hilarious that murdered children are such little topic for you.
The specific gun that they're giving away in this, what if that falls into the hands of another angry 18-year-old? Then it could be your children that are at risk.
And nobody can sit here and say, I know what they're going through, because you just don't unless it happens to you. And again, it's not about black and white, A and B, it's about respect.
It's a slap in the face to all of Uvalde, especially the ones that lost a loved one. Some of us being here today. What's an even harder slap in the face is the AR-15 you get if you donate $5,000 to the NRA.
At best, the scheduling of this meeting is hopefully an oversight, an omission. Someone made a mistake. At worst, this is a deliberate disrespect for the grief, sorrow, and pain of these families, and an attempt to shut them up, put them in their place, saying that their sorrow should not get in the way of our fun.
Being a neighbor means being neighborly. Think about what you would expect from your next door neighbor. God forbid if a family member from your household was taken from you in such a tragic way.
That same weapon killed our.
And so there you have it, folks. And we're going to go out with this one. But I have to address, in all seriousness, and I see Dr. Dady Priest. There she is. My high priestess is in the room. And that's my girl. I love you so much. If you're not following Dr. Dady Priest, quit your wicked ways. And I need you to follow her right now. Now, I wanted to show this because, you know, as we are in the midst of it's happening, and it is, we're not the in crowd, we are the in crowd, as we say in the Lion's Den, because it is happening. And I don't know if you all were even aware that this kind of scenario is still or even going on. But a lot of times I show what's not necessarily in the mainstream media, but I just want you to be aware of what people are dealing with in their lives. So here we have, and what you saw there were predominantly parents who had lost children. Now again, I want to set this up for what it is. Parents that had lost children in Uvalde who are still grief-stricken that you had an 18-year-old kid come in with the weapon that they're giving away. Oh, it was not an oversight, Kim Possible. It was not an oversight. It was completely and totally intentional because they don't care about human lives, just their rights and their money. And these are the same ones that want to come and talk about God-given rights. These are rights. It's my right. It's my right to carry. It's my right to carry. It's my right to carry. It's my child's right to live and be in school learning and not have to worry about some white nationalist child come in or whoever come in and kill up a bunch of minorities and think that it's funny. The same child was probably one of their members. You know, at the end of the day, this is where I look at how can we allow this callousness? Now, this is, y'all stay with me because I'm going somewhere. The 18-year-old, I got you, Den Darn. These are offspring. And did you see it? Well, you know, if you looked around the room and to the people that were chuckling and laughing and smirking, these are the same people. I'm sure that they grandma and they grandpa went, put on their Sunday morning clothes, went to church, listen to the preacher preach about Jesus' love and righteousness. And then as soon as they got finished singing the morning hymn, got them same clothes and their cheerings, went out under the big oak tree and hung as many Negroes as they could find. And enjoyed every minute of it. I'm talking about these jokers that were snickering and laughing. Because how else and what other kind of cold-hearted person could go to a place where people, and then took pictures of it, Dr. Dady, that part, then took pictures. For anybody that doesn't know, lynchings and pictures of lynchings were very common postcards that used to be sent during the time when lynchings were illegal. They took pictures, put it on postcards, like we do Disney World or the waterfall at Niagara, black folk hanging from a tree being lynched. This ain't no made up stuff. This is the truth, Kai Chick. This is the truth, Din Darn. So this is what I want us to recognize. And this is what I want to make Everwit clear. The NRA that can move right next door to Uvalde and whoever these organizers were, this was not an oversight, as Kim Possible 711 said earlier. This was not an oversight. This is that same flex of energy that went to church Sunday morning, finished with the closing hymn, "Shall we gather at the river and the old oak tree and see how many black folk?" My uncle, and this I tell you is the truth, my great uncle, the story that I will never forget him telling was how when he left Texas, yes, the Lone Star State, when he left Texas, he took his siblings and they fled for Kansas. And he said, and when they left, the day he left, there were 8 men hanging from a tree, the same tree. There were 8 black men, 8 black bodies, 8 black individuals that had no value to the people that were there as they stood looking on and jeering and cheering. 8 men hanging from a tree. And I'll never forget Uncle Malin's face every time he told that story. Every time he told that story about seeing those people hanging from the tree and those tears falling down his face, that's real talk. That's real talk, y'all. And so at the end of the day, to go and set up camp and then say this to everybody that gives $5,000 or more for this raffle, we're going to give you the grand prize, one AR-15, just like the one this 18-year-old used to kill up these kids. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Could it be? Could it be? The devil. Baby, that ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. And this is why we talk. This is why we bring this stuff to light. This is why we continue to have this conversation, Din Darn. This is why one reason Dr. Dady, come on in here. This is why Miss Frosty, because I want y'all to understand this same spirit is in the land today for everybody that keeps hollering and screaming, but we're not like that anymore. Yes, we are. It's the same. They basically, and the whole element and the whole attitude as they sat there and jeered and laughed while the parents talked about the loss of their children. Michelle Brownell, come on in here. So much love to you. While we talk about, and these people participating clearly have money because the raffle ticket was $5,000 to be in the raffle, BTD Mom. $5,000 just laying around in your house. $5,000. And I want us to be Everwit clear. This is the same spirit, the same energy, the same attitude, and the same offspring from the people that have been lynching and killing black people, indigenous people, people of color, LGBTQ. These are the same people with the same energy, and it ain't went nowhere. For everybody wants to say those days are over. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? That energy is still yet in these here United States of America. And it's not a few bad apples on the police force. It's not just a small subculture. This is an attitude of a multitude and a multitude. Chazzy Licious is cooking, is in the room. I talked about you earlier, sis. So much love coming to you. And she is a streamer and a chef. Y'all go check my sister out. She'll bless your belly. Now listen, $5,000 a whop, Joanna G, to support their cause. $5,000 a whop. And so at the end of the day, Mike City in here, there's my guy, Mike City, Mike City, come on up in here. I just want us to be clear. The same folks our age and younger, they keep hate alive. And I said this on yesterday. And I'm going to say it again. And I appreciate my brother that came in on yesterday that needed an understanding. I appreciate him coming in. I appreciate the fact that my mods didn't block him and put him out of the room. Why? Because I want folks to talk. I want people to have an opinion. I want people to say what they want to say. At the end of the day, I need you to, in all I get an understanding. So at the end of the day, like I said, if you think about where did the children in those videos and television footage that were standing out there saying 2, 4, 6, 8, we don't want to integrate, we don't want it to integrate, where do you think those people went? Those are the same children. Those are the same ones that were out there chanting, Trini Band, come on in here. It's sad and disturbing. It's both of those, and good morning to you. Now, this is the thing that I said, and I'm going to keep saying it. At the end of the day, those folks that stood out, we don't want to integrate. All of that chanting, nigger go home, except for the other version of the word nigger. Y'all go home. Where do you think those teenagers and those children went? They are now in their 60s and their 70s. Don't get it twisted. They ain't dead. They're in their 60s and they're in their 70s. And them same folk that was out there chanting, no doubt, are some of the same folk that were behind getting the NRA to go right next door to Uvalde, right next door to those open wounds, right next door to that pain and travesty, right next door, and say, we'll give you, if you give us 5,000, you'll be in a raffle to get the same identical gun that killed all these children. That's dastardly, y'all. And it ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. But it's that same energy. It's that same attitude. It's them same folks. Quit lying. They ain't went nowhere. And don't you be deceived. They've now taught that mess to their children and to their children's children. Woo. And so at the end of the day, this is where I look and I say, America, God shed his grace on thee. And he can't crown thy good with brotherhood because y'all still got yet to do the good. And it sure ain't no brotherhood from sea to shining sea. So at the end of the day, I just want to keep it real. J-Trey, thank you for those. Let me hydrate. At the end of the day, come on in here. They all are the decision makers, the politicians, the judges, the lawyers, the teachers, the doctors, etc. And that's my point, exactly one reason. Them 60 and 70-year-old folk that were standing, that we watched in the mobs saying 2, 4, 6, 8, we don't want to integrate. Them same ones hollering, nigger, go home, nigger, go home, nigger, go home. It's those same people with that same energy, with that same heart, with that same attitude, still going to church, still hearing them preach about Jesus, still having the closing hymn, and still finding ways to gather at the river so they can hang and kill some folk. J. Trey, I'm going to drink my water. Lord, please turn this water into wine. Don't play. Don't play. And I would suspect that if we were able to go back and get video footage, we might see some of those folks sitting in the Senate and the House right now today. Right now. We might have seen some of them as little children and teenagers. We may have been watching some of them on the national news. Y'all ain't buying what I'm selling. And so at the end of the day, this is where I want us to understand. Oh, thank you, Go Ratty. I'm gonna show that tomorrow. He sent me the veterans pack bill. Thank you so much. I appreciate that because I really want to talk about that because this is absolutely egregious that we will not take care of our own soldiers. And while we have this mindset that the country is taking care of our soldiers, this bill that they turned down right here, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Thank you so much, Go Ratty, for sending that to me. And we're going to cover that. We send the folks out here and then let them get injured, hurt, and maimed, and then vote down to take care of them. It's just dastardly. That's just dastardly. And again, I'm going to come back to this idea that we have to acknowledge that these folks that are now in their 60s and 70s, these same racist folk that have now trained their children and their grandchildren, that energy and spirit of lynching has gone nowhere. Please be clear. Please be clear. Ooh, now, I got to get ready to wrap this up because we're going to go over and have anti-bangos this morning with the Rebel Ink and the cracks. But I just wanted you to, this same energy that they feel free to laugh and snicker. And the idea that they even had to go and call a council meeting to address this right next door to Uvalde when all of this wound is fresh and open is just egregious. It's just egregious. And the snickering and the laughing is just indicative of the kind of energy that they have. So at the end of the day, y'all, at the end of the day, I want you to be clear. Some of this ain't gone nowhere at all. I did want to show, let me see if I can find it. Man, did you all, I don't have it set up. I'll show it tomorrow. Kim Possible sent me a piece of footage of Kyle Rittenhouse. I've got, if you all haven't seen, they do not care. One reason, they have no heart. Fulfilling their objectives, fill their pockets, and keep your mouth shut. And that's why I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier. No fear. We don't have fear. We don't have intimidation. We have power. We have love. We have a sound mind. The same way they feel bold enough and brazen enough to come out to the meeting and show their faces and laugh and jeer and snicker while these parents are expressing their pain. Laughing in the faces of the parents who lost their children, BTD mom. That's the energy we're dealing with. And it's out there, y'all. They not hiding. They don't need the sheets no more, baby. They not wearing the sheets no more. They just coming out live and in living color. DJ D-Man did a little birdie tell me you made partner. Tell me if I'm correct. DJ D-Man is an excellent streamer, y'all. Come on in here this morning, and so much love coming to you. Come on in the Lion's Den, and I love you, my brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. In the face of the parents, BTD mom, they laughed. I want to show, and I don't have it set up, I'm going to show a video that Kim Possible 711 sent me regarding Kyle Rittenhouse. I also want to show you, come on to the newest partner with that purple check. You come through, my brother. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. DJ he's partner. He's a partner. I love it. I love it. And congratulations to you. You deserve it. Now, You know, I don't have it queued up and ready to go, and I don't want us to be late for Rebel this morning. So I'm not going to get into it today, but I've got the video of the police officer, the female police officer that was in her patrol car, completely unglued, and calling this woman the N-word. I hate y'all. I hate these N's. N. She threw that N-bomb all over the place. I'm gonna show you a little taste of that tomorrow, and we'll go farther in our exposure to what we are dealing with right now. But that's why I'm telling you, I need folks to rise up with no fear. Thank you for following DJ Roll'em 27. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Lion's Den. I need us to unite. I need us to come together. I need us to support one another in our endeavors. I need us to have love one toward the other. I need us to manifest that love. Don't just talk about it, be about it. Because at the end of the day, I watched another video that was just heart-wrenching to me, and it was a group of men, and they were just having a conversation, and one of them brought up the point, it's just good to be alive, because we're literally, and have always been, but it's definitely manifesting in this time. And I sat there and I listened to those brothers. It's literally just a blessing to be here, because any of us, as they were talking amongst themselves one to another, he said, any of us may not make it home to our family tonight. One and only Miss Cox is in the room. Good morning to you, my sis, and so much love to you. Any one of us may not make it back to our families tonight. And so they were just highlighting amongst themselves the happiness that they felt, the gratitude that they felt, but also the undercurrent of danger that they feel all the time, that any one of us may not make it back home to our family, not because of anything that we've done, not because of anything that we've said or acted, but just because we're black men. Man, y'all, if we don't come together, if we don't stand up, if we don't create the world that we want to see, because I don't want to keep living this way. And I can go all the way back to when Martin Luther King said, why we can't wait, and we're still waiting. We are still waiting. Something has got to change. But why am I exposing this? Because even as, and I'm going to say this, he may be in my stream today, but even as I had on yesterday, individuals that come in that really do not understand the struggle, individuals that really do not believe that there's a struggle. Believe me, there are folks out here, including ill-informed black folk, who believe there is no longer a struggle. I just want you to see it clearly for what it is and understand it for what it's worth. And we have got to change. I don't want my babies and grandbabies and great nephews and great nieces. I don't want them going through this madness. And we've been saying this for how long? And we're still here. So as long as I can cry loud and spare not and expose this mess for what it is, I plan to do just that. And I thank you for all the lions that come into the Lion's Den, because this Pride of Lions is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar.
Oh, I feel for my brother.
Well, I feel for my brother, and I feel for my sister. This has been another edition of Yes You All Cubed, one-on-one, just me and you. I saw that KB Browns, and I just want you to know I appreciate everybody that's in the Lion's Den this morning. I want to give another appreciation to my brother and the Bishop of Twitch, One Reason, and Soldiers for Christ that came in with the Gospel Takeover Raid. Thank you so much for coming in here. I appreciate you. Now hold Hold on to your weave. Hold on to your wig. We're going over to share some love with the Rebel Inks. We gonna have some good morning anti-bangos and some cracks this morning. You don't want to miss the Rebel because she's a whole vibe and blessing all by herself. So copy that raid message, ride this raid train over with us, and come go with us. We will do you good. Now, I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I'm so glad to be here with you on today, and I want to encourage you. Follow me, Cheerins. I'm out there. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, Discord, Twitter, all of those things. I'm out there, babies. Y'all come on and follow me. This is our mantra. We are not intimidated. And I talked about fear earlier, and I really want y'all to get that down in your shando. Stop being afraid of the big bad wolf. He can't do nothing to you, baby. Greater is he that's in you than anything that's in this world. Stop being fearful. We don't have a spirit of fear. We don't have a spirit of intimidation. We have power. We have love. We have a sound mind. And our mantra, anytime you're moving in love, I am all powerful in love. And at the end of the day, we're not just talking about change, but listen, babies, we're ready in the lion's den. We're ready to be the change. Come on up in here and let's do this. And we are standing united in a united front. And we say, listen, once more and again, this pride, Pride, this Pride Alliance is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar. Because it's us, you, me, we, all. And as my girl, yes, Shelly Thunder likes to say, I want y'all to have an amazing day on purpose. With that being said, it's not the den of iniquity, it's the den of activity. And for everybody that came in here this morning and was active in the lion's den, even if you didn't come in my chat, but you just sat there, thank you for your support. I want to thank SK8843 for those roaring biddies. The moderators, yes, my blessed trinity, the Rebel Ink, Michelle Brownell, and Shelly Thunder. Those are my moderators. Yes, that's the blessed trinity. To the followers today, DJ Rollum27 and Access Transport, I appreciate you. And the Bishop of Twitch, thank you so much for that raid. Now, everyone, have an amazing day on purpose. Come on and copy that raid message and follow us over Short Staff New York. I'm so glad you're here. So much love coming to you. Follow us over to Rebel's house. We gonna have a good time. And you know how we close it. Peace for your journey.